Live Moss at home and have Taco Bell your way. Create and enjoy that craveable Taco Bell experience using the full lineup of Taco Bell sauces, shells, seasonings, queso, and more. Available at the grocery store. Whenever you want to, it's easy to bring those cheesy, saucy, crunchy, spicy Taco Bell flavors to your kitchen. So get creative and customize your tacos any way you want. Find Taco Bell products in the Mexican aisle at your nearest grocery store. Taco Bell is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Taco Bell Corp.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm probably going to get looked at differently for coming out and talking about this, but I have my reasons. I have my reasons on why I'm talking about this because, so overall, like why I will be overall talking on being a gentleman is because I seen a TikTok video and all the other things that the girl was saying was chill, but there is the first thing that she said. And I feel like there's like two different ways on you know, situations like this. Now, the thing is that the girls the first thing she talked on about like being a gentleman was opening up the door for women. And so I do that with anybody. If I see somebody behind me, I'm like, I'll open up the door or hold the door open for them and things. And if I see somebody walking, I'll open up the door so they can, walk through, and then I'll walk in afterwards. But here's the thing. If you walk up to the door and expect me to open it up for you, this is what I'm going to do, because this is what I did with my mom and sister, because they both would do that to me when I was younger. Now they know okay, yeah, he ain't gonna open up the door for now. If I'm walking up to the door first, then yeah, I'll hold the door open for them. But if you walk up to the door and then you turn around and look at me talking about you're a man, hold the door open for me, I'm opening up that door because I'm small. So I'm I could even especially when I was a kid, I was extremely small. So I open up that door just enough for me to walk through it. And then I would look at them and be like, you got two arms. I'm saying, I just, no. Especially with my mom and sister, I'm like, y'all got four arms. So combine it, open up that door. Because if you do stuff like that, people are not going to open up the door for you. If you stand up to the door, now, yeah, I'd overall, if it's a, woman that that I like, or dating, or in a relationship with, married, whichever, of course I'll hold open the door for her and stuff. If we holding hands and I'm walking up to the door, I'll make sure I open up the door for her and everything. That's just what I'm gonna do. But I do that with everybody. There ain't no special privileges or treatment for people because or you think because I'm a and that's the thing. I remember I would say that for the longest because people would try to put that idea in my head as this is how you're supposed to act, or this is what you're supposed to do. And they always try to paint their picture of being a gentleman, and I'm there's so many different ways on being a gentleman. You don't really know how it's gonna work out for people. Some people might not want you to hold the door open for them. So they might walk all slow to the door and I don't want this person holding the door, so I'm going to act like I got to do. They might not be into that type of stuff. So that's why I'm yeah, it's just you can't just assume that everybody is going to think. I was talking about this in my stream yesterday, but I was you can't assume that everybody is going to think along the lines like you. There might be, and especially with all this equality talk and people being equal and all that stuff. Yeah, it's I feel in a day and age where it's, you'll do some stuff like that and a woman would legit look at you and be don't think because you're doing this, you're, some special treatment or privileges. They'll get mad overall. I feel that there would be women out there that would get mad over that type of stuff because they think I'm doing something trying to be a man, and I'm fam, I just did. You see that man right there? That man's name is Paul. We're good friends. I do that to him all the time. I'm just letting them know. I'm hey, there ain't no special privileges or no treatment. So I'm overall, I just feel that people need to more so see being a gentleman as being respectful. If you're respectful to a person's mind, body, heart, soul, everything within them and outside of them from head to toe, you're overall a gentleman. You're respectful. You're somebody that's you ain't gonna look at a person And because I'm like, fam, there could be people out there that are quote unquote gentlemen, but they still would take advantage or think that they expect something in return. So that's why I'm like, I never really considered myself a gentleman type. Like, I'm respectful towards people. I'm not like, oh, I'm a gentleman. I feel like I gotta wear suits and ties everywhere I go and, be this classy man. I'm like, nah. Like, I'm just respectful to people and their boundaries and who they are and what they represent and everything else. And I feel like that's what the picture needs to be painted, is that, okay, like, yeah, you're being a gentleman. And I feel like that comparing being a gentleman to being respectful, when I feel like as being a gentleman you're expecting something in return, and so I'm like, it don't work like that. But being respectful, you're not expecting anything in return. You're just being respectful to that person because you would want somebody to do the same thing for you. So I'm like, in case if there's a situation, let's say if I'm holding like 100 boxes in my hand and somebody's walking ahead of me and stuff, and they hold the door open for me, they're being respectful. They understand my situation. I feel like that's what another thing along the lines of respect is, understanding people. So I'm like, you understand them, then it's like, okay, now that I fully 100% understand you and everything that that you represent as a person, I'm like, okay, I can respect you. But I'm like, and even if I don't really know that person, I'm like, I'm still gonna respect them. I think I should have said that overall. I'm like, oh, but if you like the Incredible Hulk or Captain America, I can't respect. Well, because I do like the Incredible Hulk compared to Captain. I do like the Incredible Hulk and things. But anyways, that's not what the point is. All right, that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm like, I just feel like that's the picture that needs to be painted, when we're overall talking on, like, being a gentleman. It's like, okay, are you being respectful to these people? Are you expecting something in return? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe there's not everybody that think along those lines, but I'm like, that's just from the, environment that I grew up in, and what I've witnessed is that when you do something for somebody, they're expecting it in return. And I'm like, I'm not that type of person. As I got older, I'm like, you know what? My thing is this, I do what people do for me. So when there's something I notice and a person does that, and it's like, so much as sitting down, having a conversation with me, and they see that I'm just kind of chilling by myself, or they, you hold the door open for me, or, or I don't know, like compliment or something, whatever it is. But I'm like, you're just overall showing respect to that person. And I feel like that's what you overall just need to do with people, rather than like, oh, I gotta, cause I'm like, the funny thing is that, okay, so like a woman would say some stuff like that, right? Like, this is how a man needs to act like a gentleman and stuff. And I'm like, there's probably dudes out there that's thinking a woman needs to be more ladylike, and that's the thing where I'm like, hey, yo, I don't like my future significant other, like wife, whatever she does, I'm like, if she wants to fart, I'm like, hey, yo, just be respectful to my boundaries and just go to another room, all right? Or excuse yourself, or just make sure it's one of those ones where it doesn't smell. I'm like, and I don't know about it, but I'm like, if it's gonna be one of them like loud ones, I'm like, fam, I'm gonna laugh at you, okay? So I'm just saying, like, that's gonna happen. But but I'm like, fam, like, there's women out here, because like, what my thing is this: what's the definition of being a gentleman, and what's the definition of being ladylike? I feel like that so many people are gonna have so many different ways of what's what and who's who, and they're not going to. And I feel like that's why, like, the world is just so confused on stuff, and so confused on how should I act, or what should I do, or who should I be? And I'm like, fam, my thing is this, and this goes out to anybody and everybody listening: be yourself. If you don't hold the door open for people, you don't hold the door open for people. If you do, you do. That is your life. That is what you want to do at that moment. I really don't care. I've had people close the door in my face. I've had people not hold the door open for me. I've had people hold the door. They see me like walking up to it. They stand there for a long period of time holding the door open for me. And then, you got to do that little jog and stuff to hurry up and get to the door and things. I'm like, and it ain't no different. My thing is this: it ain't no different when a person is like, because that's when you work in like in a downtown area. Because I it was like for 4 years I worked in Seattle, and I'm pretty sure all my veteran listeners know of that situation. But yeah, for 4 years I worked in Seattle, and I can tell you this much. People in Seattle they're not good drivers. Like they are not good drivers at all. There are people that will legit, like, they will see you crossing, drive out in front of you. What else? Like, there's so many times I can honestly count. And it was funny because I know people will probably look at me like, oh, you did a gentleman act right there. But I'm like, no, I was, being like, smart. But not like smart, like tactical, like trying to decode it. No, I was being smart, like I'm being petty or I'm being, funny about it and stuff. But the lady acted like she was getting ready to hit me. So I stand to the side and was looking, and then she looked like she was like trying to mouth off some stuff. And I'm like, do you not see that light? That light is red, okay? But I'm saying, like, to like roles reverse, like, okay, I'm in a situation like that where I do that. Am I being a gentleman, or am I being rude, or am I being like, so many people will look at it as like, oh, okay, well, maybe he's late for something. Maybe, like, there's so many different. I think that's why a lot of people, I'm not saying like put yourself in the person's shoes, or women needs to put herself in a man's shoes and see, how it is like being a gentleman. But I'm like, fam, in situations like that, or where I'm like, hey, yo, what was the example? I was going for an example and it just completely slipped my mind. But I'm just overall saying, like, that there's people out there that they're not going to be so thoughtful of others. I think that's what I was overall trying to get along those lines and stuff. But yeah, there's people out there, they're not going to be thoughtful of each other. There's people out there that'll do that stuff on purpose just so they could get a reaction out of it. And I'm like, I've had it where people have done that type of stuff to me. I'll never forget when I was like the first year I was working at my job, and there's this girl that me and her, we had some problems and stuff working with each other. We really didn't coexist in things, and we had issues. And that's something that I'm like, just as the years progressed on, and you just kind of just value people more and value. It's like, I look at that situation and it was like, it could have been avoided. I could have did some things differently. She could have did some things differently. I feel like that we could have been cool with each other. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it's one of those situations where I was like, at the time being, yeah, we were being straight up petty towards each other. So there was a time where I remember when I was walking right behind her, she let the door close right in my face, and me being petty, I'm like, I'm not going to be a gentleman to somebody. And that's another thing where it's like, if you're being rude to me, it's like, why would I be a gentleman to you? Like, if I, like, hold the door open for a woman and she's all like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, I would legit be like, I really want to just wait here until she comes back out this door again so I can just let that door just close in her face. And I want to make eye contact with her, and I want to give off the most evil-looking smile that I can possibly give off. Because I'm like, if a woman says that to me, I probably would have roasted her right then and there. And I'm like, and I probably would have got it to the point where I'm like, I want tears. Like, that's how bad I want the roast to be. I want tears to come from you. So I'm like, not laughing, but I'm like, nah, I want you to be broken down. Because that's the thing where I'm like, I have a side to me. And I was thinking this the other day, and I was like, after watching Halloween, like, Michael Myers, physically, that man is strong. I would consider myself like Black Michael Myers. Mentally, I am strong, okay? I can take punches, I can take hits, I can get right back up, say some stuff. That person is just destroyed. Okay, I have, like, and trust me, I'm like, I know what to say to the right people at the right time. Like, I will say some stuff, and I just, and that's the thing. I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. So if a woman were, if a woman were to probably say something like that, I'm like, okay, well, she's probably crazy, got some mental issues, but you best believe I'm gonna let that door close in her face. So I'm like, I probably won't give her a roast. If I was having a bad day, I probably would have said some things, but I probably wouldn't have roasted her. I probably would have threw some food at her if I was having a bad day. It just really depends on the situation. But anyways, I'm like, if a situation, what was I saying originally? I was saying something completely forgot because I got so caught up on thinking like, what would I, in a situation like that? But I'm like, yeah, it's, there's people out there where it's like, overall, like I can't be, or, I'm not going to be a gentleman all the time. And it's like going back to what I was originally saying, if it's a situation where a girl walks up to the door and it's like, she's expecting me to hold the door open the door for her. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'd be standing there looking at her. I'm like, dang, that's a nice looking door handle. I'm like, cause if you really walk fast enough, okay, for me to like go up or for you to go up to the door and stand there were multiple seconds where you could have opened up that door. And my thing is this: do you do this in the comfort of your home? Let's say if I'm not living with this woman, let's say if we just start dating, right? And then you're living in the comfort of your own home. What do? Do you just got hidden men just surrounding your house and it's like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, like Johnny, then random dude just pops out of the wall, open up you got the people on the stairs living in your house. For those that have seen that movie, understand that reference. But I'm just saying, like, do you have a household like that? Because if not, I'm like, bruh, no. I'm like, that door handle does not say, oh, men can only open up this door. No, that door is rated E for everybody. So I'm saying, like, in situations like that, please, open up the door for yourself, okay? Be independent. Be a strong black woman. Even if you're white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, I don't care who you were, Middle Eastern, I don't care who you are, okay? That door is rated E for everybody. So, but yeah, I just, overall wanted to do that episode. I'm like, and obviously, talking to the men out there and stuff, it's like, be respectful towards women. It's like, I feel like that. It's like, that's more important than holding open the door for a woman and things. I'm like, yeah, if you do that, you should do that for anybody. And it's like, oh, if you're a man, I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, if it's a man behind me, then I'm like, oh, I can't hold open the door for you because I can't be a gentleman towards. I'm like, nah, that's what I was saying in the beginning. I'm like, be respectful to women, men, dogs, cats, hamsters, even if a little kid and he's holding a pet rock. And I'm like, but if that kid drops that pet rock on your foot, then you have in every right in your, to pretty much Russell Wilson that rock. Okay, throw that rock as far as you possibly can and, just, Hail Mary it into some woods and, just let that kid know. I'm like, yep. Some werewolves and bears is gonna kill that rock. Like I'm just okay. Maybe not do all that, but still throw the rock in the bushes and stuff. But anyways, but yeah. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. But I did want to let everybody know, and you probably will know by the time this episode comes out, because I've already have done multiple streams. But I had just bought a PlayStation 4 Pro today, and I'm downloading some games. I got PlayStation Plus. I'm good, so I'm downloading Ghost of Tsushima. I'm downloading Death Stranding. Tony Hawk's downloaded. I got some other games that's gonna be downloading. It's gonna be crazy. I love it. I love the fact that I get to widen out my variety with gaming. Cause I was in the slumps. I was in the slumps with gaming and stuff. So, but anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 36 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It would knock $20 off your next purchase. And make sure you use my supported creator code for Epic Games, TMossBoss. And in the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.